So what that entailed was embarking a battle staff from Commander Amphibious Task Group back in the UK, and he was in control of all the maritime assets within the Gulf region. So everything from planning water space management, where they were going to operate, to coordinating activities of aircraft, and also planning a big exercise called Unified Trident, where we worked with our allies within the region, carrying out training in underwater warfare, above water warfare, all those kinds of activities. And basically HMS Ocean provided the platform for him to do that.
So in many ways, the comparison, if I can use the comparison that you gave me, is that HMS Ocean almost performs like the conductor of an orchestra.
Yes, basically we have the ability to embark a battle staff who can conduct the orchestra. Meanwhile, the ship carries on its own business, everything from making its own water, creating its own electricity with that staff embarked, so that allows them to focus on the conducting of the orchestra while we carry out the business of running the ship.
And nowadays you couldn't do that without some serious fibre optic cabling?
No, definitely not. And we are the largest fibre optic network afloat in the Royal Navy at the moment. What that means is it allows us to work with NATO allies, with Americans, with UK allies, all in different compartments, so no cross-cutting of connectivity, but it means that we're able to operate with a number of nations on board and talk to a number of nations.
Mm-hmm. And to give us some sense of the scale of the ship?
She's just over 200 metres long, and she's about 36 metres wide. To put that in comparison, the Queen Elizabeth carrier will be about 3 times the size of that. So we're currently the largest operational warship afloat, but the Queen Elizabeth will dwarf us. We will be dwarfed in comparison.
Tell us a little bit about your stop here in Gibraltar.
So we're just about on the end of our trip on our way home. We're here just to further demonstrate the strength of the relationship between the UK and Gibraltar, which has obviously been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, and one of the things, it's a nice thing for our sailors to do, sailors, soldiers and airmen to do, is to come ashore in Gibraltar. It feels like a little bit of home, generally in the sunshine.
And going back to the way that HMS Ocean sort of functions, you said that she's almost like a self-contained village, complete with her own medical facilities.
Yes, we've got a sick bay which deals with everything from your coughs and your colds to your sprained ankles. We've then got a facility for a roll to afloat, which is broadly an operating theatre. We've got 2 trauma treatment beds, 1 operating table and 2 high dependency beds, plus 8 recovery beds in the ward, which allows us to treat trauma patients on board and hold them, stabilise them before sending them ashore. We don't have all of the people embarked to do that, but we have a team on standby at 5 days' notice back in the UK to come on board, which would consist of anaesthetists, consultants, all those kind of things, but we have the facility on board with the beds, plastics and drugs to manage that.
Okay, so if you look ahead, HMS Ocean has only got about a year left of active service.
She has indeed. When she was bought for 10 years. So actually the fact we're knocking on the door of 20 means we've pretty done quite well out of our initial purchase. She's been a fabulous platform. We're hoping that somebody will take her on and buy her from us, it would be nice to see her go to a new home. But her time within the Royal Navy is coming to an end. The Queen Elizabeth class will take on that mantle and take us into the next 5 to 10 years.